Hi, everybody. It's certified broadcast meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I hope you're all having a great Monday night. Well, for some of you, it's already Tuesday morning, right? So it's 9:12 p.m. PDT, and we're talking about really hot conditions for the rest of the week. That really has been the big story, apart from all the rain because of the storms. We've just had to be pretty diligent about the coverage of weather. And so I'd like to say, guys, thank you so much for joining me here at Weather Co-op, because it's definitely been a tough last couple of hours for me. As you guys know, I'm an Indiana Pacers fan, and yeah, I don't like that the Indiana Pacers lost. But I knew they were going to lose, and actually, I knew they were going to lose this series. Okay, this is a weather forecasting channel, but I knew they were going to lose the series when I saw Neesmith get that foul during the fourth quarter in the last game. So I'm just like really just bummed about that. But apart from that, I am not bummed that you guys are joining me here. Thank you so much for joining me. What do we have here? Sushi Wally 04. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday night. Maybe you're an OKC Thunder fan, and in that case, you're having a great night. But as an Indiana Pacers fan, it's a tough night for me. Anyways, guys, so we're going over our temperatures right now. We're definitely going to go over overall atmospheric conditions, simply because we are seeing some heavy rain, especially across the central southern plains, up and along the southeast, the Ohio Valley, Mississippi Valley, up and along the Mississippi Valley, right? So it's just a pretty active weather night. And so we're going to go through that together. We're seeing a pair of fives in San Francisco, so much more comfortable there. But we are seeing, really warm conditions, still triple digits for people in Las Vegas and in Phoenix. So clearly the Southern Great Basin and the desert Southwest really hot. We've got, St. George at 96, 80 for Salt Lake City. And let me just see if I can adjust this map just a little bit so that it looks a little bit more kind of flush with our temperatures. Yeah, well, yikes. No, this actually looks... Salt Lake City's way off. I might have to reset these because that's not where it is. But anyways, it's fine. We have a pair of sevens for Kansas City, Wichita 79 or 78 rather, Oklahoma City 79 degrees, keeping it in the 80s mainly for Texas, with the exception of Corpus Christi in the upper 70s. We have upper 60s for Minneapolis and Bismarck, along with Glasgow and Whitebird at 72, Boise at 76, and Portland along with Seattle. You are in the 60s right now. So let's get looking at what you can expect for the rest of the week. Now, this is going to be a hot stretch, guys. So I want you guys to really keep that in mind. That's really the big story over the next couple of days. We've got really hot conditions, including what we're seeing here over the next couple of hours. Temperatures climbing to triple digits once again for many of you across the Southern Great Basin, along with the desert Southwest. And of course, the low desert here in Southern California. And as we continue to move this through the end of this week into this upcoming weekend, which is, of course, the kickoff to astronomical summer or the summer solstice, we're seeing lots of 90s. We're seeing the East Coast even warm up, because remember, the East Coast had been dealing with cooler than normal conditions, especially as they sat behind that cold front several days ago. And then we had that stationary boundary that just wouldn't budge because it's stationary. So there you go. Then we were dealing with, of course, the remnants of those cooler temperatures behind that stationary boundary. So all in all, it's just been a cooler stretch for those of you on the East Coast, up and along the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and through the Southeast as well. But as we continue through the end of this week, as I said, as we approach the summer solstice, we're seeing temperatures climb. We're seeing lots of 90s. Boston in the 90s, Denver in the 90s. We have Charlotte in the 90s, Roanoke as well, Tampa in the 90s. No surprise there, right? But still have to mention it. New Orleans, Dallas, Houston, San Angelo, Fritch, Dodge City in the 90s as well. So seeing lots of really hot conditions. I'm looking, when you sometimes think about the Northeast there and how cold it has been, right? And how much colder it has been. I am looking at this area there like, wow, it's going to get really hot. This is Thursday. So on Friday, we start to see temperatures ramp up once again. So let's push this through Friday afternoon, Friday evening. We're seeing Kearney at 105. So look at what happens here along the Central Plains. Now we get to we're really, really hot, right? The Central Plains, the Southern Plains, Let's see. We've got the Intermountain West warming up. It's just hot for much of the nation, right? We go in along the Tennessee Valley, same thing there. We move through Friday and Saturday, and this seems to be the hotter of the 2 days. Now, initially, I had 100 and 101 example would be for Denver, Colorado, and now we're seeing about 100. So definitely triple digits for both days for those of you across along the Rockies. For many of you, so you might see 90s and triple digits. For Sioux Falls, 93 degrees. We have Utica in the 60s. New York, we've got 87 degrees at about 2 p.m. So definitely going to be a warmer stretch for many. We've got, let's go a little bit farther south. Why not? We're going to go to Santo Domingo, 85 degrees. And so let's see who else do we have here. We've got Palos Verdes at 97 degrees and San Jose in the mid to upper 60s by this upcoming weekend. It might be a little bit warmer there. I'm not sure what we're reading there, but we're definitely going to see what San Jose is expecting because that's not maybe picking up a different product. But I think in the meantime, what we're going to see is just temperatures climbing and climbing and climbing. Let's go back to San Jose. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I was like 70 seemed a little low, but 81, that looks about right. Okay, from all the models that I've been looking at, 81 looks right. Let me go back to San Jose through, mid 70s, upper 70s on Saturday, correct. And then Friday, you guys are just getting hotter and hotter. And then we'll continue to move this through Monday. And guys, we've got, warmer temperatures. We'll see a little bit of a break in those daytime highs by about late Monday, Monday, Tuesday, but then they're going to ramp right up again by next Wednesday. So this is 240 hours out, and we're definitely seeing the activity. It's a very active stretch there. Now, I also want to show you our 72-hour model solution. You guys know I always show you this because I just think it's a really great model to look at, simply because at this point we're looking at a medium range solution here, and as we move this through, we're seeing lots more rain moving through the plains and along the Ohio Valley. Look at that storm system continuing towards the northeast there. And there's that associated frontal boundary continuing. This guy right here, right? This would be, I believe this is, I want to say this is Invest 90. Is it 90? Hold on a second. This is 5E now, post-tropical. There we go. Or tropical depression, right? So we're going to just go into a different phase here. But what's interesting about this is it does appear to just come in inland, right? So look at the track here. The track seems to be, out in the Pacific, right? And then it just beelines it into and around. Let's see if we can pick up a location here. Okay. I can actually probably get a better location. 1 second, hang on. Let's just get this. No, perhaps, let's see. If I open this up, I might be able to pick up some towns, and I can do that for you guys. Okay. But we'll track that closely. We'll see what else we have there. Hang on. Let me see if I can add some plots there quickly. Okay. Hang on 1 second, guys. We're going to do some manual plotting right now to pick up. Okay. We're going to pick on Earth here. I want to pick up on some of these. Let's see here. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to just zoom in a little bit here. I'm just creating a quick model for you guys right now, like a little solution here, okay? So that you guys get a better idea of where we may see the impact. Okay. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. We are just, let's see, making sure we have. Okay. I'm going to do almost there, guys. Okay. I think that's enough for now. Okay. So you'll see in just one moment what I have. Okay. So we're going to save these. Okay, I think you'll like this. So what we're doing is we're following Tropical Depression 5E, and I'm quickly going to show you what I'm seeing here as we move out in time. So BPEN 1959. Thank you for joining us as well. We are back and looking at what's happening. Here you go. That's perfect. There we go. I think that's a very like healthy, perspective right now as to what we're expecting with this tropical depression. And so I know they have to have some kind of alerts and warnings already issued. So let's see. All right. So let's see. Let's get some information on it. Okay. I want to make sure that you guys are seeing max sustained wind speeds at about 35 miles per hour. We're expecting this to become a tropical storm, and central pressure is at about 1,007 millibars. I'm actually going to post this for you. Let me see if I can actually see a little bit more on this one. We're going to come back to that, but this is going to be a really great perspective, and it's going to give us some wonderful imagery of what we're exactly seeing with tropical depression 5E. Okay, hang on one second. There we go. So we're going to do a couple things now. You guys know we always like to do this in real time, show our work, right? We're going to pick up a couple of products here. We're going to switch over. This was Barbara. Remember, this was Hurricane Barbara. We're going to switch it over, and we're going to actually just, let's see. I don't think we can get it just yet. Let's see, basin overview. Okay. So here is 5E right over here, guys. Okay. Here it is. Okay, so here is 5E, and we're actually going to include a tropical track. Let's see, for 5E. Okay, so let's see what we're getting here. Okay, so this is interesting. All right, I'm also going to stop it to now. Okay, so as we move down into what we think, what the assumption is, what the forecast is for 5E, I believe that this is a wonderful image, including spaghetti plots. So I wanted to give you a better perspective as to what we're exactly thinking we're going to see in this area and what we are going to be tracking. And this is a really good image here. So I actually might leave this one streaming for quite some time, because I think this is a really good one for you guys to take a look at, and you will see as it increases in strength. And remember, we need it to, what we're looking for here is the increase of the wind speed. Now I want to see what the National Hurricane Center is saying about this. Okay, hang on one second. I'm gonna get some information quickly. So tropical depression is expected to become a tropical storm by early Tuesday and quickly strengthen into a hurricane by Wednesday as it approaches southern Mexico. A hurricane watch has been issued for portions of southern Mexico. The depression will likely produce heavy rainfall across portions of Central America and southern Mexico through this week. Life-threatening flooding and mudslides are possible, especially in areas of steep terrain. So this is where we get really concerned about the potential for the loss of life, right? So we want to make sure that we are keeping an eye on this, because as we're seeing, this will likely become a tropical storm and then strengthen into a hurricane. So I just want to make sure that you are very aware of this system here. Of course, as we take a look at the potential for landfall here in Mexico. But if we go back to this future cast, right, and we take a look at where we think we might see landfall, now this actually starts to pan out, right, and it makes sense. And it looks like Thursday morning-ish. This is what we're looking at. Pinotepa Nacional, Pochutla, San Marcos, Salina Cruz. So this is what we're going to look at, okay? We're going to keep an eye on this area here. But Pinotepa Nacional, perhaps that might be the landfall, okay? So we're going to keep an eye on what we're seeing here as far as the potential for landfall for what is currently Tropical Depression 5E. Yeah, this is a quite an active evening. Anyway, I'm meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. This is just a quick update, only 15 minutes. Certainly hope you guys are staying safe. I really do hope you guys are being aware and cautious of these daily high temperatures that are going to get really hot by the end of this week. If I have anything to share with you guys, the most important thing I think is to be heat safety aware through the rest of this week. As you can see here, these temperatures are really, really, really high, very dangerous. And this is where we can definitely see some threat to life and wellness overall. And oftentimes we consider heat to be like the silent, you know, I hate to say the word, but silent killer, just because it definitely is something that people might think, well, I don't feel well, but is it necessarily related to the heat? People they don't give it too much credence. So just please be aware. We're seeing really, really hot temperatures as the week progressed through the end of this week into the summer solstice. See that? Look at that. Wow. Very, very hot stretch ahead. I'm meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. Have a great night. Bye.